You guys, are you ready? Sephora is blessing us with their spring savings event again this year. Now, if you missed my first video about this back in the fall, I made it and I kind of talked about the subpar percentages off that they offer, as well as, you know, credit card pressure and just kind of hype that YouTubers give the Sephora event. All that without knowing that they offer this sale twice a year. I thought it was an annual thing. I just thought it was, you know, in the fall, once a year. Boy, am I out of touch. I didn't realize that there was also a spring version of this sale. How very kind of Sephora to offer us 10% off of their merchandise. I mean, I am blown away by such a great discount. All sarcasm aside, when I made my first video, you know, I kind of went over the basics of why it might not be a good idea to shop the sale in certain circumstances. I will leave that video linked down below if you're interested in the basics of my thought process. But I think now there's an added layer to this sale, and it's just thinking about, you know, the inflation we're experiencing at the moment, mainly food and gas. I know there are many other areas where we're experiencing inflation, but those are the two categories that we're kind of experiencing it daily and weekly. We don't know. It's an uncertain time for inflation and hyperinflation. We don't know if we're at the top of inflation or if we're going to see inflation go up even higher. So we almost have to prepare and make room in our budgets to accommodate for that. You know, if you used to be able to fill up your gas tank for $20 or $40 or whatever would cover you for the week, it's doubled that now, at least in my experience at the pump lately. So it's just a whole nother thing to budget for. I know my grocery bill is increased quite a bit. So there are other things to think about. This Sephora VIB sale really gets hyped up by influencers and YouTubers in particular, and they make us, the viewer and the consumer, feel like we really need, like we better not miss out, we better get these items. But in reality, sometimes if you already have 4 or 5 blushes or 7 or 8 highlighters, do you really need to drop the extra cash for another product that you already might have backups for? And as I touched on slightly in the introduction, I almost think these discounts are at insulting percentages. So for every basic person that doesn't, you know, spend that much money at Sephora each year, you're getting 10% off. Okay, so you buy a $60 palette, you're getting a measly $6 off, and we're supposed to jump up and down and fill up our carts with hundreds or thousands of dollars of product. You know, like, it just doesn't add up. Like, the hype, it almost feels like they're getting a lot of undeserved hype. And sure, you can get slightly better percentages off if you spend, let's say, $350 a year at Sephora. You're getting, what was it, 15% off? Yes, then you get 15% off on an item. $350 to spend at Sephora. So you're just spending $350 a year in beauty. That seems a little high. Maybe I'm, you know, in the minority, but I know I spend way less than that in beauty and makeup together in a year. And I have a makeup YouTube channel, you know what I mean? And then the kicker is, if you want 20% off, you have to have spent $1,000 a year at Sephora. That's insane. Essentially, they're saying, give us more and more of your money each year, and we'll give you a slightly less shitty discount percentage. Gee, thanks, Sephora. Should I bend over too? I mean, like, bend over so the money falls out of my pockets. I think the Sephora VIB sale really gets a lot of undeserved hype from YouTubers. So keep that in mind, that they're promoting this because they earn a small commission when you shop through their links. So they have a reason to promote this sale for you. They get money the more you spend, which is totally understandable and respectable. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think it's important for us as viewers and consumers to know that they're watching out for their wallets and their pockets. We have to protect ours as well. Now, if you have money to play with, you're not living paycheck to paycheck, or, you know, you have staples that you would buy from Sephora anyway, and if you could get a couple bucks off the item, then obviously, you know, I'm not dogging you on that. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I just don't like to see some of these videos and this sale prey on people that might not be in the best financial positions, then have to worry about credit card debt because they kind of went crazy shopping the sale when they probably maybe shouldn't have. You know, I love makeup, but at the end of the day, makeup is not my identity. I have you know, other goals and dreams outside of that. I have, you know, financial goals that I'd like to meet, other areas of my life that require, you know, portions of my money that I'll also have to budget for. And I'm sure you're the same way. Maybe you want to pay your car off. Maybe you want to, you know, pay your student debt off or plan for your retirement. There are a lot of other aspects in life that are, let's face it, more important than makeup and beauty that we can allocate our money toward. Now that's up to you to decide. You know, everyone's situation is different and no one's going to know your situation better than you. Basically what I'm saying is I think Sephora could give us more. They could reward their loyal customers more, I think. If the sale percentages were more like 50 or 75% off, I mean, it's just a week. They could offer us more, right? Maybe the basic people could get 30% off. Maybe if you spend $350 a year at Sephora, they could offer you 50% off. And if you are spending $1,000 a year at Sephora, you are a very loyal customer. Couldn't they offer you 75% off for just a measly little week? I think they could do more, and then maybe they could deserve all the hype. I would even be enticed by those percentages. Even if the basic person could get 30% off of something, maybe I would be enticed to scroll the website and check it out. As it stands now, I don't even click. I don't even go to the website. I don't peruse it. I don't go to Sephora. It just doesn't grab my attention. It's not worthy of it. I just want to prepare you guys because I know there's hundreds and hundreds of videos once the Sephora sale goes live or once it gets closer to those dates. People are just posting their recommendations, and then once they do get a haul, they're showing you what they bought. So I just want to prepare you guys to maybe step back from like the emotional like shopping aspect of it and just kind of critical think about it for just a second and see if you really need some of these items. Like I said, if it makes sense to you and your situation, go for it, but I don't want you to feel pressured and maybe buy something that you'll later regret or that you wish you had saved the money for something else for. Anyways, guys, what do I know? Those are just my 2 cents. Check out my previous video below, like and subscribe, and until next time, off I go.
Very clever. Off you go.